Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to online class children. Today you are going to learn about time and motion in 7th standard. So for the time is very important in our day to day life. So every event, every action we know about the time. So the time. So what is the importance of time? We want to track the time because if you are coming to school, so there is a school timing from 8:20 to 3:30. So if you want to reach the school 8:20 means you have to get ready before 8:20 according to the distance from your school and your home. So you have to track the time, otherwise you will not reach the school in time. So like that every event while you are going to attend the function timing. So based on that you have to track the time to reach the event in time. So even if you are woke up and early you are going to bed as well as woke up, these here in this case also you have to track the time. So now you are going to learn about the time, how to measure the measurement of the time. So the timing, the tracking of time may be by hours or minutes or seconds, and then even the day, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, or month. It can be in month or year. So your birthday falls from year, so the time is tracking for year, and the month. So the examination will comes within 2 months or next month, like that. Understand? So you are going to track the time as what? Hours or minutes, day, month or year. So you are using what for timing, minutes, hours, using clock. You are using clock for tracking time for hours, minutes, second, half an hour. So you want to reach within half an hour. So you have to use one, the clock. And then for the day, next month or next year or the next week. For that, for tracking these, we have to use what? Calendar. So the very important one is for tracking time for every event. For every event. Now how to measure the time? So the measurement of the time is nothing but the period between the two events. So you know that the school hours also, the school starts from 8:20 and ends at 3:30. So there is a event interval between. So there is a two event. So if you want to reach and you are coming back, so on what time you are going and what time you are coming back. So there is a two event. In period means what? The time in between the period. So if you are coming late means what? Your mother also watching why you are coming late, because they know about the time, on what time you are reaching back to home. So the same way how to measure the period can be between the two event. So that is predictable repetition. So that can be, so daily work, daily they are coming to school and going home. So this is what daily occasion here. So the time also predicted daily, and then so the natural event also, one of the sunrise and sunset. The simplest, most common event in nature occurs daily is sunrise and sunset. From the sunrise you came to know it is morning. From the sunlight also, the early morning and 10 o'clock, and it become noon and evening 4 o'clock, like that. And if sunset over means what is going to be complete? The day. One of the event is going to be complete. And then night. After night, the sun rises. So the day and night, the two events So, between the what we are how to measure the time between the two events. So, before on the ancient people they use what? The sunrise and sunset only for measuring the time. So, one of the instrument they are using for measuring the time in the ancient people or sundial. What is that? Sundial. So, the earliest time keeping device. So, in the sundial they are known by the shadow, position of the shadow of the sun. So, the position of the shadow of some object to expose to the sun. So, one needle is they are going to fix the needle at the center, and by the position of the sun. In the morning you know that the shadow also is going to be different size. In the morning the shadow is very long and it falls, and then in the noon it is going to be very short, and at mid noon it is equal to your length. So, based on the shadow, the size of the shadow and the direction of the shadow in the, so in the morning time the shadow become like that, the shadow will move little bit like this, but the position of the needle is same. There is no change in the position. What in our wall clock, what is rotating? The hours and minutes hands are rotating, not like that. The pin is at the same position, only by the shadow of the sun they predict the time. So, that is called what? Sundial. So, this is called what? Sundial. So, the movement, the object move and indicating the passage of time. By this, the movement of the shadow of the pin, by this the ancient people, in that time there is no watch or digital clock like that, they find one, the sundial to predict the time. And next one is hours glass. So, the hours glass also yearly device. This is also one of the yearly device for measuring on time interval. The hours glass also one of the yearly device. Here the two bulb, the glass bulbs are fixed and they are connected. So, a narrow neck is going to be connected, and both the bulbs are equal in size. The bulb is filled with sand particle. The bulbs are filled with sand and they are inverted, and they are going to invert the bulb, and what is going to fall down? The sand is falling down from one bulb to the another through the neck. So, after complete falling of the sand from one bulb, so see this, the rate at which the sand falls lower bulb. So, the rate at which, rate means what? The speed at which the sand is going to fall to the another bulb or the lower bulb. So, there are two bulbs, one is upper bulb and the lower bulb. First they keep the hours clock upward. So, the upper bulb has the sand and the sand is flowing towards the lower bulb. So, the rate at which, how they can be indicate the time, the rate at which the sand fills the lower bulb gives the time. So, by this way the people used to measure the time by using hours glass. Again they can invert, the device, and then the sand is going to fall down, and the rate by this they use to measure the hours. So, these are all not much accurate, we cannot able to measure the time accurately. After that, after they invented the pendulum clock. So, the pendulum clock is invented by to measure the what? Then the periodic motion. The periodic motion. So, the event, the periodic events, by the periodic event of the pendulum. Now, see that the periodic motion, so the to and fro thus. The periodic event. By using the periodic event, they invent the pendulum clock. So, the periodic event are used for measurement of time and the periodic motion of the pendulum. So, which one can have the periodic motion? The periodic motion is nothing but to and fro. So, the to and fro. So, while you are in the swing, you are going upward and backward, forward and backward like that. So, that is the swing also one of the periodic motion. So, what is meant by periodic? The to and fro. The to and fro of the pendulum is called what? The periodic. This based on the periodic motion, they make the clock is called what? The pendulum clock. So, the pendulum clock also based on this, in what principle they are you make that? The simple pendulum. The simple pendulum is nothing but it consists of a long thread. At the end of this, a pop is going to be suspended. The simple pendulum is nothing but a long thread. At the end of the long thread, as metal pop is going to be suspended. The to and fro motion. So, to and fro, they are going to move from extreme right as well as extreme left. So, the pop start from A. First, we are going to keep the position, the pop in this position. So, the pop starts and they are moving towards, they are moving to B and then it reach to the extreme side of the other side as C. Again it coming back from C to B and B to A. So, what position it is? The to and fro. So, the to and fro motion of the pop, the to and fro motion of the pop is called oscillation. So, oscillate. So, your mind also oscillate means what? You cannot able to take a decisions sharply. So, you are wavering like that, oscillation, swinging. So, the to and fro motion, the to and fro motion is called what? Oscillation. So, the time taken for one oscillation, the time taken for one oscillation is called time period. So, based on this principle, they construct the pendulum clock. The pendulum can have one swing, it complete one to and fro motion. So, it is 1 second and another to and fro motion, it complete 1 second like that. So, based on this, so what is meant by time period? The time taken for one oscillation of the pendulum is called one, the time period. So, if complete one to and fro motion, based on this principle, they construct the pendulum clock. After finding the pendulum clock, the measurement of time is very accurate. The measurement of time is very accurate. We are using various instruments for measuring the time accurately. So, the atomic clock, one of the clock extremely accurate. We are going to have very accuracy in measuring the time is what? Atomic clock. How the atomic clock? The vibration of the atoms or the molecules. The vibration. So, the vibration, the movement of the molecule in the atom. So, that gives the timing, the vibrating time. So, the which one is among the clock? The atomic clock gives the time accurately. And next one is, and these are all now we are not using our day to day life, this can be used in the laboratory, the atomic clock, and in the very big lab they are using. And next one we are using that one, the stopwatches. Stopwatches, the to find the event, from the beginning to the end. While you are running, the running race is going to takes place. The children are number of children are running. So who is going to reach first, second, third? How they came to know that? Based on the timing, on what time they reach. So the child which reach the first, the timing, they note down the time. So those who reach early than the others, so they have awarded as what? The first place. The same way the stopwatches also used to count the time. Count the time from start to finishing time accurately, finishing time accurately. These are all followed for the events. Followed. So if you are under the quiz program and your answer by this second, within this second and within this minute, so based on that they will award the points. So in such cases we are using what? Stop clock. Even for some of the practical purpose also we are using stop clock to find the time accurately from the starting time to ending time. Next one is timer. So the timer is different from the stop clock, that we are going to fix the time. We are going to fix the time. Within the time we have to finish the task. So for in this the timer, the timing is going backward. So we are going to fix about 1 minute or 60 seconds or 5 minutes, like that. If we fix that, so the timer is going to run backward. It shows that. So for fixing time, so we want to complete our task within this. So the last minute they will say that 1 minute, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, stop, like that. So in such case, what type of clock they are using? They are using timer. So the timer will run backward. It will run backward. So these are all the and in our day to day life we are using digital clock, and then in the clock we are using in the signal also, the timing is going to display 30 seconds. After 30 seconds the red signal, then green amper, like that in signal. As well as even in washing machine you can set the timing 1 hour or 60 minutes or half an hour, 30 minutes, like that you can make you can fix the timing. Even in the washing machine there is a timer time. And then in the computer, the 24 hours, whether it is working or not, the timing is going on. So in the web, so we are using what? The different types of clock for the measurement of time. And next, different units. We are following different units of time. So the standard unit of the SI unit of time is second, based on the second. So 60 seconds become 1 hour. So now see that what are the different units we are using? Seconds, minutes, hours, days, week, and what? Years. And then from the year we are going to calculate as decade, century and million. So what is the 60 seconds? This is what? Second. So if the 60 seconds, the 60 seconds become 1 minute. So on the 1 minute, if you go the seconds clocks complete one rotation is 1. The 60 seconds, that gives what? 1 minute. And the 60 minutes become 1 hour. 60 minutes become 1 hour. Then 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, like that the 24 hours. After completion of the 24 hours can be calculated as 1 day. And the 7 days, after Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, from Monday to Saturday, how many days? 7 days. So, the 7 days are 1 week. And then after first week, second week, third week, fourth week, fifth week, like that. After this, so in 1 month, how many weeks are there? 5 weeks. And then month, first month, January, February, March, April, so like that. After 12 months, what is going to be complete? 1 year. So, the 52 weeks for 1 year, how many weeks are there? 52 weeks are there for 1 year. And how many days for 1 year? 365 days. 365 days equal to 1 year. And how to calculate the decay? 1 decay and 1 century, millennium. How they are going to calculate? Decay means 10 years, completion of 10 years. 1 decay, 2 decay, 3 decay, like that. So, it happens in 1 decay. So, 1 decay means 10 years. And then century. Century means 100 years. So, many the institution they are celebrating century year, 100 years. The event they are century year. So, century. And then millennium. Now, we are under the millennium year 2000. 2000 years are going to be over. Now, we are in millennium. So, now millennium is equal to 100 years and decay is equal to 10 years. Century is equal to 100 years. So, these are all. Which one is the fundamental one? The fundamental unit is second. So, from the second we are measuring, we are counting minutes, then hours, day, week, month, year, and then that year is 100 years, decay, century, millennium. So, these are all the units of time. So, today's class we are learning about how to measure the time. Thank you, children.